of these are possible. So a PA is possible in Tyap. Are you following me? So in simple terms, phonology simply is the study of speech patterns, the arrangement of sounds to make words. Think of it like this. Those of you that are builders, you have blocks. All right? As they got it. Do the phoneme. If you take certain blocks, for example, if you take 6-inch block and do foundation with it, and then you bring 9-inch blocks and put on top, does it make sense? No, it doesn't make sense. That kind of arrangement is not correct. Or if you have blocks and then lumpstones for building, okay? There are times that you will take a lumpstone and place it, and then you take a block and you place it. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't work. So the arrangement that will make a good building, it's all the idea of phonology. Are you getting me? So for us in Tyap or any other language, there are certain patterns that are permissible. There are certain patterns that are not permissible. Right. Have you noticed, if we are speaking of Tyap, that there is no word in Tyap that ends with S? Have you noticed it? There is no word in Tyap, the Tyap language, that ends with what? S. Now, if you can speak Tyap very well, I want to give you a few words to pronounce. Pronounce it the way a Tyap will pronounce it. The name, Bulus. Bulut. Pious. Pious. Okay? It never occurs where? At the end of a word. Okay? The reason there, usually in Tyap, you hardly find two consonants next to each other. Quite often they are separated by a vowel, except in the single sound of sh. Can you hear that? The she and the what we have already told you, book, and so on. But all others, you hardly find a consonant next to another consonant. Somebody to tell me how the typical Tyap calls Esther. 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 They have to bring in a vowel in between to separate S. And here, I remember the TH, which does not exist with us. So instead of the Esther, we do what? Esther. This is all part of phonology. We do not have an L at the end of a word. We don't have it. The pattern, our arrangement does not allow it. And that's why we have Emmanuel. How do you pronounce it? Emmanuel. Emmanuel. That's how it is pronounced. So these are things that you must bear in mind when you are writing Tyap. So any Tyap text that you read and you see an S or an L at the end of a word, you know that that word originally did not come from where? It is a borrowed word. Take it from me. It is a borrowed word. That is our phonology. So when we write, we try as much as possible to do what? to follow our own speech patterns, the way the Tyap people call things. Try to do that. But like I told you, for every rule, there is what? So it is also a rule. It is also a rule.
So we should try as much as possible
Yes.
to pronounce words that are Tyap.
Yes. Like the Tyap do.
So you are now saying we should pronounce blues as blue.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. When you are speaking Tyap. So when you are speaking to an English audience, eh? Yes.
So I went to the church and they were singing this salsa song.
Uh-huh.
I could not sing the song. I was just like, the whole church was like, just the and the song was, okay,
They started with what? This is alright? Okay, that's Hausa now. You stand there and you say, baby, to you're very right. We are just doing the exercise. So we are just doing this. That is our language. That's how God made us. And we can't change it. Don't try to be like a Hausa person. Don't try to be like an English person. Be yourself. That's what it is. Be yourself. Now there's another thing about our phonology, which also, in a way, is also found in English. You know, there are times I'll give you some English words, and I want you to say them for a certain part. Hombre, D double L, R, whatever. Okay, no R. Okay. Are you beginning to say a certain pattern? No pattern yet.
There's a pattern.
Eh?
There's a pattern.
No pattern.
There is.
Huh? Oh, I don't see any pattern. Somebody's talking. M. What is a pattern? That, you know, you can say now, what's the pattern there? That where you have a B, where you have a B, and you have a choice between M and N, it is always what? M, not N. Where you have a choice between M and N, the choice is always what? M. That's English. We have the same thing in Tyap. All right? Now, I'll give you these words in Tyap. You see that? What is the all right, let's get that. Remember, can you see that? Where you have M in English, and you have a choice between N and M, it's always M following another M. Usually. Usually. Where you have the choice. But always remember what I told you. For every section. Remember what I told you. Important. Or can even say import. But you know you have a word like that. Do you remember we have a word like that? Okay. Or no. It's input. That's it. That's what it says. Input. No, that's an exception. That's an exception. Okay? So in tab, map, what? Map.
Yeah.
Map.
Yeah.
Okay? Map. You know, some people have a name like this, map, and some people